As the year slows down, God opens space for mercy. Step into the margins where compassion becomes ministry.
You're listening to Crowned with Boldness. I'm your host, Marina Myburgh. This is your time to be crowned with boldness.
Morning, friends, and welcome to Crowned with Boldness, our second to last episode for 2025. As we enter these final days of the year, life naturally starts shifting gears. Work slows down, and many of us begin to exhale after a long, demanding stretch. Yes, it's time for rest, for family, for stillness. But it's also something more. I like to call this season the margin of mercy. Those soft edges of the year where we suddenly have the space and time to think beyond ourselves. Because, my friend, ministry doesn't always happen in the boardroom or the Sunday service or the church outreach. Often, it happens after hours in the overlooked spaces, on the edges, the lonely alleys, the dark places. This is the time of year when people clean out their cupboards, when forgotten items reappear, when we finally look around and notice the needs we normally just rush past. And maybe you're home today. Maybe you're not sure what to do with all this time and this slower pace. Let me give you something practical and kingdom-driven. Take a day or two and declutter your home and living spaces with purpose. Throw out the broken things, but keep the good things that simply became invisible through familiarity. The duplicates, the extras, the things quietly taking up space but are not used anymore. The items you packed away but which are still intact and usable. Nothing broken, nothing torn, no missing buttons or broken zippers. Things that still hold dignity. Pack those. Pack them neatly, and then let mercy guide your footsteps. Drop them at a charity shop, a soup kitchen, or a place where dignity is restored in small, faithful ways. And if you have a little margin of time, not just margin of stuff, make a few calls. Be the hands and feet of Jesus in your own neighborhood. I know you already know whom to call to find places where help is needed. Call them today. Bake a few cookies or make other treats and prepare a few care bags. Also, keep something cold to drink in your car when you drive. And when you stop at a traffic light and see someone with a sign asking for help, don't just give the usual. Add a margin of mercy this season. Bless that person with a care bag. Add a touch of encouragement, maybe a few words, a printed Bible verse, or just a short message of encouragement. My friend, real compassion begins where institutions rarely go, in the unplanned moments, the quiet corners, the human intersections that never make the headlines. And this is exactly the heart of Jesus. See the unseen, touch the untouched, love the unloved. Let's quickly turn to the Bible. Luke 14 verse 21 to 23 reminds us that when the invited guests refused to come to the feast, the master didn't cancel it, but in my own words, said to go quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city. Bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in. Mercy moves outward, beyond walls, beyond comfort, beyond acceptance. Micah 6 verse 8 says, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, to love, and to diligently practice kindness and compassion, and to walk humbly with your God?" Kindness isn't occasional, it's intentional. It's not passive, but active. Do justice, love, diligently practice kindness and compassion. Walk humbly with your God. It's active. And then our last scripture for today is from James 1:17. It reminds us that every good thing given and every perfect gift is from above. Pause and think for a moment. Have you ever thought that maybe your margin of mercy, your care bag, maybe the way God answers someone's secret prayer? Maybe a parent whispered in prayer, "Lord, help me bless my children." And your batch of cookies becomes the margin. Or the care bag in your car becomes someone's reminder that God has not forgotten them. So this week, let God open your eyes to the edges, the places where compassion becomes tangible. Steward mercy like a resource, because my friend, in these margins, people encounter Jesus. So that's my 5 cents for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Just a quick reminder, we're closing this year's ministry schedule a week earlier because of our daughter's wedding. The final podcast for the year will then be Friday, 12 December, next Friday. And we'll start again on Monday, the 19th of January 2026. Thank you for your love, support, and for being a part of this journey. May the Lord keep you until next week, our last episode for the year. Blessings until then.